Okay, perfect. So we are recording now. Thank you everyone for joining this morning. We are here, I'm here with my colleagues, Mark Moreno and Patricia Nava, as well as our presenter, Victoria Wardia. So this morning we're going to be talking about how to use Chat GPT for your business. I know if everyone's aware, that is an app that's AI. Um, if you don't think you're using AI, you just don't know that you are because it's such an important role in today's world. If you are typing a text message and it corrects it for you, if you are searching something in Google and it gives you some kind of recommendations, that's all AI, right? Artificial intelligence. So it's important to know that you're using it and how to use it properly for your business, right? Because I mean, that's just the future. It's inevitable. So it's good to stay well informed. So throughout this session, Victoria is going to teach us about Chat GPT, how to use it, and you can also ask any questions if you just want to raise your hand in the
Mm-hmm.
reactions button. Victoria will just, prompt you so you can ask your question. We will have a Q&A section at the end of the webinar as well, where you can ask your questions. And if you have any questions regarding the chamber, regarding future workshops or events, we're here to
Mm-hmm.
answer any of those questions. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it to Victoria Wardia. So she's a post-production artist who has experience in 3D, 2D animation, motion graphics, VFX, and VR with a slew of other talents and hobbies that are just amazing. Such a cool person. So thank you so much for doing this workshop with us. This is your second workshop with MHCC. We did have
Yes.
one, I think in April, I'm losing track, with how to use social
March.
media. March, yes, okay.
Yes,
So
March.
springtime, of how to use social media. That was an in-person workshop. We had about 80 people attending, so it was wonderful in Detroit. So thank
Yeah,
you
a
for
lot.
doing this. Yes, it was a great event. It was a lot of people, a lot of great questions. And she's
Mm-hmm.
joining us from California, which is why it's early for us, but it's way earlier for her. So thank you so much for your time. And I'm going to go ahead and just give you the floor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, hello everybody. Yes, if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hands and I will reiterate and answer your question to the best to my ability. So I'll go ahead and try to share my screen. One second. All right, can everyone see my screen? Okay, awesome. Okay, so today we're going to talk about leveraging ChatGPT for business success. So, I guess my question is, has anyone, let me just because I can't see everybody, so you're going to see me go back and forth right now. But like, has anyone ever used ChatGPT before? Any hands? No, I feel like no one has. Has no one really had tried it before?
I have been using it. I'm a rookie, but I'm trying to use it, and it's actually really valuable. I feel like for me, it's replaced Google in a sense. So,
Uh-huh.
um, maybe some people feel free to put it in the chat or
Yes,
raise your hand
yes.
in the reactions. Um,
I see. We said no,
yeah,
no.
I don't know anything about this. That's okay. That's completely fine.
Okay.
Appreciate your honesty.
Martha, I think she raised her hand to say yes. Mikey said yes. Awesome. I have dabbled with it, but nothing consistent. I used once a little for writing a resignation letter. I do. Awesome. Yeah, so everyone, ChatGPT is a type of like writing software that's online. Let me go back to presentation. So what is it exactly? It's a language model developed by OpenAI. OpenAI is a company that was opened by Elon Musk. ChatGPT is relatively new. It came out in like November 2022. So it uses deep learning to generate human-like text. If you have used ChatGPT before, I'm Not sure if you had noticed, but a lot of the information is not really up to date as of 2022. Um, but it's still learning. But yeah, like I said, a lot of the information was from 2022 and before. Hmm. Oh, so how does it work? So it's trained on diverse internet text. So it actually learns from the internet. AI pulls information from the internet so it can learn more. Has anyone tried any um, AI apps like images or any type of, yeah, image generator? Hmm.
We have a couple of people in the
Nope,
chat saying, nope. I did,
I have
because I think,
not.
yeah, I think we sometimes don't realize that what we are using. One time I did use an app to find out like what a type of plant was. And then you take
Hmm.
a picture of it and it generates like what kind of plants it could be. So I think that maybe
Yeah.
that is some type of AI that I didn't realize in the moment I was using it, but thinking back now, that's how it
Hmm.
recognizes it, right?
Yeah, it actually just like, for example, with those photo apps, it actually takes pictures from the internet. I guess this also would apply to text. It pulls from the internet and it basically learns from there. And for example, if you wanted an image that was generated of you, of course, it'll like take pictures of you from the internet or of pictures you have taken, taking samples. And you said you wanted to make yourself look like a princess, and then it take other pictures and try to create its own image. Same thing goes with ChatGPT. I mean, ChatGPT, if you pay for it, you could get images now, but since we want to make this as free as possible, the free version is only for text, unfortunately, or coding. Let me go back. So, like I said, capable of understanding and generating natural text. And what are the benefits of using ChatGPT? So it's efficient. It automates repetitive tasks. Like I said, you could use it for coding. The coding can be applied for websites, or if you wanted to, for example, I know a lot of business owners tend to use Google Sheets or Excel, and you can actually ask it for formulas. Scalability handles multiple tasks simultaneously. Cost effective reduces the need for expensive human resources. For example, this is where it becomes a little bit more controversial. If you need someone for copywriting, this is where a lot of people tend to use it for copywriting. And 24/7 availability, it can operate around the clock without breaks. So ChatGPT, it is free to use. Um, and unlike a human, it's, 24/7. So how can it help your customers? So chat bots for instant support. It can provide real-time responses to customer queries. Like I said, it can generate coding. And if you have any questions, like you want to figure out questions that your customers will relatively ask more on a regular basis, the computer will actually generate those questions for you and help generate answers. Handles FAQs and common issues. Personalized interactions. So customizes responses based on customer data. So if you really wanted to, if you wanted to go like really deep into this, you can actually take data and put it into ChatGPT and be like, give me regular responses to this data, and it will actually generate it for you. And I'll show some examples later in the presentation. It enhances customer satisfaction and loyalty because it will do such a great job. And how can it help your marketing and sales? So content creation. I actually use it a lot for my content creation as I was you guys know I'm a video producer and I do a lot of social media. So a lot of like if I'm having trouble thinking of text or thinking of some ideas, I will ask ChatGPT, help me generate an idea regarding um uh I don't know, a green screen, or help me generate a caption for a video about cakes, and it'll help generate that for me. And it also can actually generate newsletters as well. If you have a system like I think it's called HubSpot, and you wanted to just quickly 5 minutes give me a newsletter regarding monthly updates regarding video production, and it will generate it for you. Ensures consistent brand voice and messaging. It will actually look up the company that you're talking about and then apply. It will take the information from the internet and actually apply it. Lead generation. Engages potential customers through conversational AI. So ChatGPT actually has more natural language. I'm sure if you guys had used AI or chatbots from like before the 2020s, you could tell really that it was fake. I mean, now you can kind of still tell if you use ChatGPT a lot, you can pick it up, but people who don't naturally use it, we usually don't pick up on it. And qualifies leads by asking relevant questions. Like I said, it can help generate more questions that you wouldn't think of, or um, yeah, like a whole list of questions you might want to ask your customers. Any questions so far? I feel like I'm talking so fast and I'm overloading you guys.
And again, everyone could feel free to add it in the chat if you do have any questions so far. But what
Yeah.
came to mind with for me when you were talking
Hmm.
about like live chat boxes is like if you've ever been, some of the people online may not just have not used AI or not as tech
Yeah.
savvy. So if you're
Hmm.
ever like on a customer like website, say I'm on like I don't know Walmart or something.com. And
Hmm.
you go to like customer service and then you get like a little chat box on the bottom, like ask your question here, speak to
Yes.
agent now. That's AI, right? Like I can
Yes,
ask my
exactly.
question. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That is an AI bot. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
and that's why, like, if you are really, so I mean, sometimes it depends on the chat box, really, for it to be good or not. Uh, Usually, I mean, if it's a bigger company, they are actually very good at figuring it out, like, having it give good answers. But I don't know if you had the incident where it's like it just repeats the answer, and you're just like, "Can I please just get a human?"
Yes. Yes.
Which I've had several times, but slowly it's getting better.
Yeah. No,
So
absolutely.
my question is,
Mhm,
this is great in terms of sharing, what the benefits and capabilities are. Will you be sharing examples, walking us through
mhm.
executing some samples? Okay, good. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna ask for also some volunteers to ask some questions so I can show you exactly how to type it in. Okay, let's see. Let me go back. Actually, hold on, because then it's gonna ask me to redo the animations for you guys. So how can it help with your internal operations? It can help with employee training. It can create interactive training modules. I'll go more into that later in the presentation. Provides instant answers to employee questions. So, for example, if you wanted to type in, um, like for example, you asked all your employees for questions, and then you're like, ChatGPT, help me generate answers to these questions, and it will generate that for you. Data analysis and reports. So it can summarize large data sets. Um, if you ask it, like, for example, tell me in a paragraph about Apple's profits for the past year. It will summarize it in the paragraph. Generates insightful reports and visualizations. Like I said before that, visualizations, you have to pay for it. So if you use it for free, it's just gonna give it in wording. Okay, so how can it help product development and innovation? As you see in this image, I gave an example of me using ChatGPT. So it can help with idea generation. As you see in the picture, can I zoom in? No. It says, write me some ideas that I can give to business owners for social media. And it said, sure, here are some social media content ideas that business owners can use to engage their audience and promote their brand. Number one, behind the scenes content. And then you can see it gave some examples. So it can brainstorm new product ideas and features, and analyzes market trends and customer feedback. Prototyping assistance. Helps write code snippets or technical documentation. In regards to this, yes, it can. You have to be kind of specific though. And you have to be careful when it comes to legal documents. I would still say that if you're going to do legal documentation in ChatGPT, still have a lawyer look at it, and it will actually warn you to have a lawyer look at it. Regarding code snippets, it can actually help write code for you. So HTML, CSS, and I believe other types of coding languages. Actually, I used it to help make a full website for me. And it can provide suggestions for improving prototypes. So if you're like, this packaging is not getting customers engaged, what are some ideas I can do to make it better? And it will actually give you like a list of 10 ideas. And here's another example, is how can it help in decision making? So we're going to do a practice after this slide, but I wrote in here, help me decide what to do if I'm losing 10% in the past 6 months in my cafe business. And this is just an example. So it's like losing 10% in revenue over the past 6 months in your cafe business can be challenging. Here are steps and strategies to help you assess the situation and make informed decisions. Number one, analyze your financials, review financial statements, identify trends. And he starts going more into detail. And there's a bigger list actually towards this, but just for the presentation, I just had the two, which was analyze your financials and evaluate costs.
Victoria, we just have one question in the chat, which you may be planning on going over already. It's from
what
Mark.
are the costs?
Yeah, there you go.
Of the non-free options, packages for business and only individuals. I believe it's not that expensive. I think it's only like $10. For businesses, of course, it's going to cost more. I mean, unless you're going to use it a lot, I wouldn't recommend paying for it. A lot of people tell me, because I don't pay for it, a lot of people tell me that it's not worth it, to be fair. And I might get criticized for that, but I'm just taking what everyone else has told me, and they said it's not worth it right now.
It's like a subscription base, right? Like you pay monthly for it and then cancel at any if you decide to.
Yes, exactly. But with anything right now, like I said, it's relatively new, so it's not the best. It'll only take time for it to get better. Okay, so let's do some practices. Has anyone have any questions they would like me to go over with ChatGPT, and you want to see the results? Let's have some fun with this.
Yeah, let's have some fun. I know it's a little early, but if anyone has an example of any questions that you might ask ChatGPT or excuse me, Victoria, if you want to open it up, some of the people on the call may not even like have ever even seen it before. So yeah, so there you go. So this is what it looks like, and this is where you would type your question, and you could think of it as kind of like Google, but more personable to what you need, I guess. It's kind of a way to look at it. It's hard to explain it without seeing it. But yeah, so she's typing in a question there. Tell me the weather of Los Angeles today.
And it's starting to generate. It said search already 4 sites. Today in Los Angeles, the weather is sunny with a high around of 90 degrees. Oh, it will be hot today. Nice to know. The day started with temperatures in the low 70s and will remain clear throughout the day.
So if somebody could maybe open up their mic and ask a specific question regarding like
Mm-hmm.
your business, tell us about your business and maybe give you an idea of how you could use ChatGPT. Um, so if anyone wants to open up their mic, and just say, I work for such and such, how can I use it for myself? Maybe we can start there.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
work
think we
for
have a
Community Unity Bank. Can you tell me about the market in community bank, something along community banking?
Okay. So you said the markets regarding community banking.
Just, yeah, anything regarding community banking.
Community banking is the company, right? Correct?
Community Unity Bank.
Okay. That I wrote it in wrong. Can you tell me information regarding community
Unity
was it Unity banking?
Bank.
So as
Bank.
you can see, like if you were to go to Google, and again, I love Google, we'll never stop using it, but Google will direct you to other websites where then you would have to do the research, and read through it.
Yes.
But this actually gives you the information targeted to your question. So this is
Yes.
the big difference.
Yes. This will save you so much time. And also there's an app. So like sometimes I even use the voice part, the voice option for the app, and I'll just talk to the app and be like, hey, can you tell me what this is? And then it'll actually answer for you. And it'll actually answer in a voice as well. So it actually says Community Unity Bank is a newly established financial institution headquartered in Birmingham, Michigan, officially opening its doors on October 18, 2023. CUB completed its initial common stock offering, raising 28.6 million, exceeding the minimum capital requirements. And it gives more information about who is the founder, leadership team, and what it offers. And it says if you want more information, you can visit their website.
And I'm going to
Awesome.
start
Thank
picking
you. Now everyone come
Mhm.
open an account.
a great pitch. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I love that. I loved it. Yeah, it's funny.
I'm actually going to start picking on some people that are on the call. I'm going to
Mhm.
go ahead and probably pick on somebody who has said they have used ChatGPT, and you could kind of give us some examples of how you've used it.
Okay.
So the first person that said yes is Mikey Hale. Mikey, are you able to open up your mic and kind of give us some examples of how you've used it in the past? And maybe ask us some questions you may have.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I've used it for most recently for annual reviews, trying to come up with strengths and weaknesses for employees. That was pretty cool. And then yeah, some other personal things, but that's the most recent one that comes to mind.
Mhm. Yeah, see, so employee training. This is where employee training comes in. Anyone else?
No, Jessica, you had said that you use ChatGPT as well. Do you want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I use it for various reasons, honestly. I'm still in college, so sometimes just proofreading my essays or any projects that I may have, I'll just go in and copy and paste it, just make sure that all punctuation is correct. And it gives pretty good feedback.
Mhm. That's great. And what did the teacher think?
They do check it with an AI generated website to make sure that the students aren't like using copy and paste from an AI. But I just used it to see if I had any mistakes, and it would just point out like if something was incorrect, and I'd just go in and change it, but I wouldn't change what I had put in the essay.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, now schools are actually implementing the AI detector because when ChatGPT came out, I think a lot of kids were abusing it to help write their papers.
Yeah, that was a big issue, I think. And so our professors in the beginning, they do tell us like we do have the AI detector, so if anyone decides to use it, you'll be caught. So obviously keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Yeah, so and then we also had Nancy Arredondo who is online. Nancy, are you able to open up your mic and kind of give us an example of how you've used it? Um, sure she may not be able to unmute. That's totally fine.
Oh,
Yeah, one question that I know came up when we initially brought up this idea of this workshop was cybersecurity, right? So there's
okay.
probably certain information you don't want to just put in your chat about or in Chat GPT about your business that you want to keep like what is the barrier, right? Do you want to keep this generic enough to where I'm not disclosing information regarding our organization or our business that I don't want it to stay online and be, later researched? Or if I'm making sense, what are the rules or kind of the rules of thumb, right? When
Well,
when using this.
well, honestly, like I said, AI has to take information from somewhere for it to give you an answer. So if it's not online already, I mean, if it's not online, it shouldn't be taking that information. You can actually ask it, um, like, personal questions, and it will generate answers for you. If it, I actually, one time actually realized that you see how I have on the side here where my mouse is? Can everyone see where my mouse is like
Yeah.
highlighting?
Yeah.
So these are chat boxes. It will actually take only information from what you had previously used from just that one box. So, for example, like here, I said yesterday, this is where I got the produced the screenshots, like ideas where
Mm,
businesses can use monitoring. Um, I can like if I wanted to put something in here, it would take information from the chat box, from this one, not from like another one. And it
okay.
doesn't, save that information. Um, like I said, it only takes information that's already online.
Okay.
And as of recently, it just takes it from 2022.
Okay. Okay.
I hope that
Um,
answers the question.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I think the rule of thumb you kind of answered it. If it's information about your business that's not already public information, probably don't put it in here. Um,
I mean, it won't, like I said, it won't save it. It won't save it.
okay,
Like it'd be fine. Just if it's online, then it will like it just takes information from online. It's not going to save
okay,
anything. It only save the information if it's in this chat box, but
okay,
it's not like it's uh posting online or sharing it to the public. I
okay.
think the only thing you would have to worry about is if someone hacked into your account.
Yeah.
That's the only
Okay.
thing I'd actually worry about.
Okay. That's good information to know. So as far as the chat boxes, I have a pretty good understanding of what you're talking about because I've used Chat GPT before.
Mhm.
So say for example, you're on your social media content and then you just type in like, give me another idea. It's going to reference your previous question in that chat box,
Yes,
right? Yeah. Okay.
correct.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
I think well, I love the fact that, for example, now I see on LinkedIn, if you've noticed, like when you see posts of other organizations or people, and then they said, I don't know, we post something from our behalf of MHCC, and then somebody else look at it, and then it pop ups questions like about like what is MHCC, right? And then you can
Yeah.
just click on it, and then it just goes straight to it. So AI grabbed every information it can find generated inside MHCC page, and then
Mm-hmm.
gives you a summarize of what MHCC. Even when I tag somebody, like I tag Laura Geftos, right, in the chat, and then I tag Mark, and then it asks a question, pops a question out, and says like, "Who is Mark Moreno?" Right? Then you click on
Mm-hmm.
it, and then it says everything about Mark's.
Yes.
It generates a whole paragraph of who is Mark based on what's the information he has published in his LinkedIn profile, for example. So I feel it's extremely helpful because you don't want to know what kind of organization it is. And talking about LinkedIn, because that's what most businesses are aiming for in terms of sharing and getting information from their companies to get, business connections. And I feel like it's extremely helpful when I don't know what organization does, and I just click on it, and it's like, oh, okay, I know what the organization does, and it's super helpful. At least for me, when I use it in LinkedIn, it's been extremely helpful for myself as my role in the chamber to understand other businesses and what they actually do. So it's a helpful tool.
Yes, yes, exactly. Like I said, it only takes information that's already online. Like for example, like I'm just gonna play around with it a bit, but it's like, can you tell me a bit about Star Wardia on from LinkedIn via LinkedIn. I'm just gonna via LinkedIn. It's thinking. Oh no, due to restrictions. Okay. But it says you can look it up. You can look me up. Okay, let's just see. Let's just try it. Can you tell me a bit about Sarwardia? I'm like a little horrified to see what it will say.
I was gonna say.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Only good things, Victoria. Only good things.
Only good things. I'm like, oh my
Of
gosh.
course.
And it took actually old information via my Wix site, but I like how it literally gave yeah, everything that was on that website. It says, yeah, that I'm a professional 2D, 3D animator and VFX artist, and I work for RLM Films in Whittier, California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's great because it kind of summarizes everything you've done. I use it when we take that class about LinkedIn and how to enhance your profile, and I saw that now GPT like does that for you, and then it's like, who is Patricia, and then it will pull everything like in 2 paragraphs. What have I done? Like all of it, like the whole full line. So I love it. Like grab it, tweak it, right? Add things up that I wanted to highlight a little more. And that's my about, like in LinkedIn, right? Because it really gives that information. As you said, it's old. Maybe it's not updated, like as because it's everything that it pulls out from your profile, but you can tweak it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can always like tweak it. You can actually like do a thing where it's like you can write a general document, or be like, hey, can you like here, for example, can you write me a cover letter for a video producer position at Apple? And it should give some blanks. You'll see that it will give it some blanks that for you to fill in. I like how it also gave Apple's address. Oh, and I like how, see what I mean about like how it takes the information from earlier in the chat. It literally just took my information from when I said, who is Victoria Wardia? And it just automatically applied it actually.
You make like a resume.
This is a cover letter, yeah.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
this is great.
Can be like, you can even edit it from here. See, like the blanks, your phone number, your email. Shorten the text above. And then it's going to review it. Yeah, see, it's vastly shorter than this huge thing that it gave me before.
I love that. Go ahead, Victoria. Sorry.
Oh, no. As you can see, also, I was going to mention that the language is natural too. It's not like very cut dry.
Yeah. And to put it in more a simple example, also, say you're running a social media page for your business, right? And you want to do a post um, for a new product you have, or just saying my team went to this event, and you want to do like a pretty good caption for it, rather than like, hey, look at this cool post. You can
Yeah.
also get ideas from Chat G. I ran my husband has a restaurant, and I ran his social media for a while. And I would sometimes be like, we have a new fish dish. Can you give me a good caption for like a good scallop dish or something for a restaurant? So maybe type something like that in. And it'll give me an example, and I'd be like, can you give me a more fun example or something, and it'll type in something that's a little bit more casual. So if you want to use it just to kind of dip your toes in it, for something a little less formal, that's something you could use it for, as Patricia mentioned, for LinkedIn as well. Say you want to say thank you for, your first year of service at an organization or something. You could say, can you give me a good caption for LinkedIn for my first year
Yeah.
anniversary with Michigan Hispanic Chamber? So maybe type something like that. A little bit more simple, because I know that these apps could be a little bit intimidating to some people, where they're like, oh, that's a lot for me. But putting in simple terms, you could use it for something as simple as that. So maybe put that, give me a good caption for a LinkedIn post for your first year anniversary or something like that.
Yeah, here I'll like show. Yeah, give me a good caption for a LinkedIn post regarding my new business. And I love how it uses emojis, and it even gives you some hashtags too.
Yes. So yeah, so and it keeps it general, right? But if you put the same question, but say for a new seafood restaurant, something like that, it'll then customize it to what you put in there.
Seafood restaurant. I like how it gave a wave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, excited to announce the grand opening of restaurant name, a new seafood haven. Dive into a culinary adventure with our fresh, sustainably sourced seafood dishes. Join us for a taste of the ocean right in the heart of Blink.
Yeah. So yeah, you could use it for something more technical, as far as like, give me a template for a new position at my organization, right? And then you don't have to start from scratch, and you don't have to go deep into Google. You could just go into GPT and ask that question. Um, or simple as like, give me a caption for a good post for my business. So yeah, so it's something that's it's really useful. It saves a lot of time as well. So and it's the future, right? You also, to Jessica's point, you also want to be aware when people are using it. Um, eh, so you could kind of see the effort that's put into it and where they're getting this information. So it's good for you to be aware.
Yeah, you definitely. It's like you've hit the free plan for this chat box, so I'm gonna have to open up a new one. But it says here, like for example, I just said, give me a template for a new position at Apple. If you're a recruiter, it literally just did the frame for you. You just have to fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
And of course, you want to fact check everything too. If it's something, like I said, regarding legal, if it's anything
Yes.
legal, please have it checked.
Yeah, and that's for everything, right? Don't just copy and paste and move on. Do the legwork on yourself as well, because at the end of the day, it's still a computer. It's not an actual person. So you want to make sure that it's proper. But does anyone else have any other questions regarding ChatGPT? How can you use it? This is an opportunity to ask a specific question for your business. So if you're able to unmute, that's why Victoria is here. That's why we're here to help you with your business. So if you want to ask a question, please let us know. Or if any,
Well, oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead,
No, I
Victoria.
was just gonna say, while we wait, I actually just wanted to show something really cool as well. Because I mentioned before in the presentation, I said that it helped make a website for me, right? So recently I had a job opportunity at a company called Niantic, which is a video game company, right? And for example, they asked me to make a website, a personal website, and I'm not a coder at all. I have coding experience in the past, so I can read it, luckily. But like, I actually took the framework from ChatGPT, and you see this button, for example, right here, it's giving you some ideas on what to press. Here's like, make me a personal web page. It will actually do the coding for you. So let's see. Oh, well, it didn't do that, but like here, if I would ask, write me the code for a personal website. Or no, I should put in for a personal resume website. And there you go. So you can actually take this, and if you're a coder, it will actually cut the job in time, half in time. And actually gives you some examples or instructions.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
That's
pretty
pretty
cool.
interesting.
So
And then to put it more like simple terms as well, you had said that you could do the same thing for like Excel formulas, right? So if you want
yeah.
to do something and you just can't figure out a formula or you know, populate the sum in like different tabs in an Excel format or something, and you don't have that expert within your team from Excel, you could actually use ChatGPT to help you along that formula, right? You could Google it, but also I don't think I've ever used ChatGPT for Excel, but I will. But sometimes that
I tried.
hmm
I did try. Sometimes it gives you good ones. Sometimes it doesn't. It's like you hit or miss, I feel like. So you said your example was give me a formula for Excel to oh
maybe to add this just do simple like to come up with an average total or something like that.
come up with an average total. Yep, there it goes. And then it kind of explains like.
Yeah, and it gives you different options here also.
Mm-hmm.
And handling errors, but like if you get this error, so it's just very for time's sake, this is such an easy, and this is the free version, right? The one that you're using
Mm-hmm.
right now.
Yeah. Still, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so everyone could see that you can do a lot with the free version. It does limit you if you ask a lot of questions in one chat box,
Mm-hmm.
but then you just open up a new chat box, right? How do you do that?
Yeah, just from right here. So it's asking for new chat. You just click it, and then there you go.
Hmm.
And then it saves all your previous chats if you make an account. It won't save it if you just, it doesn't save the like cookies or whatever if you don't make an account.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay.
Is there
Well,
any more questions?
I have a quiet bunch today.
Okay, so I'll just continue on.
Yes, go ahead.
Here. So case studies and success stories. So customer support improvement. And we have our first example is actually Shopify. Shopify reduced response time by 60% using ChatGPT. Enhanced marketing campaigns, and this is Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola utilized AI, including tools like ChatGPT, to generate creative marketing content, slogans, and social media posts, which help them maintain a consistent and engaging brand presence. Like I said, it pulls in information from that's already online. So if you started creating your own brand, it will take that information. So here's some ideas. Looks like I'm having an issue. 1 second. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it like this for now because it seems like it's having an issue. So number 1 would be assessment. So identify ideas where ChatGPT can add value. And here's some examples: customer support, content creation, marketing campaigns, sales support, internal communication, data analysis and reporting, product recommendations and personalization, employee training and onboarding, and product development and feedback. And number 2 would be integration. So integrate ChatGPT with existing systems and tools, help desk software, email marketing, lead generation, project management tools, recruitment, and financial software. Like I said, these are all general ideas on how you can implement it. 3 would be training. So train staff to use and interact with the AI efficiently. So you could go over AI basics, marketing team training, feedback sessions, usage guidelines, regular updates, advanced training, and tool integration training. I'll make sure to also give the link to this presentation. So if anyone wants to go back and, keep in mind what they can use it for, this is all free.
Thank you. So if you could share it with me, I'll share it to everyone on the call.
Yeah. So 4 would be monitoring and optimization. So continuously monitor performance and usage. Response time tracking, conversion rates, SEO performance, engagement metrics, IT support, and cart abandonment. So it can actually detect if people leave stuff in their carts.
So that's all referring to websites, right? All the SEO
Yes.
optimization. So can you talk a little bit more about that? Those 4 or 5 items and.
Yeah. So if you type, so for example, let me go back to ChatGPT for a minute. So has anyone, just so I understand, does anyone have experience with SEO?
Only that, if you're managing it and maybe even paying to have someone manage the service, it will help your exposure on the internet. That's I know.
Well, like I mentioned in the presentation, it can give you ideas to get more leads, but also, for example, if you're like here's some examples. So it's still early for me. Give me some examples on how to enhance chat or SEO performance with ChatGPT. Yeah, content creation, keyword research, content ideas, improving readability, audits, competitor analysis, and it's gonna keep on going. User engagement. And then if you wanted to go more into it, you can ask ChatGPT, how can it help? Like, for example, let's use the keyword research. It says brainstorm keyword ideas based on your target audience. So give me some keywords to add into my SEO software to generate more high quality leads for my organization. So it's actually asking you to, like, for example, if you're into technology, enterprise IT solutions. So it's giving you more ideas on what to put in.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Little
Thanks.
stuff like that. Mm-hmm. One second. So those are some ideas. And if you don't know how to use it, like you're like, okay, how can I help with the engagement metrics? You can type it in, how can ChatGPT help with engagement metrics? And it'll give you those ideas. And if you see an idea and you want more information on it, just ask it and it'll give that answer. Okay, so let's do the challenges and considerations. So data privacy. So this did come up. Ensure compliance with data protection regulations, accuracy and reliability. I also went over this. Please make sure that you get people to double check it. Human oversight. Maintain human oversight to handle complex issues. Like I said, AI is not perfect. It's a computer. It's learning from us. I mean, in a way, it's just learning from us, and we're human and we make mistakes. So everything is not perfect. I would still, if you are doing something that is legal, anything that is dealing with human safety, like for example, when it came to the text of, I forget what is it called. For example, the back of the box where it's like having the instructions, make sure a human double checks it to make sure it's like they can understand it. Future prospects. So advancements in AI, continuous improvement in AI capabilities. It is learning and it's learning from us. So that means it'll only get better. Expanded use cases, potential for new applications in various industries. Like I mentioned about the AI photo generator. And it's also doing videos as well. And recently that has gotten better. Collaboration between AI and humans. Enhancing human capabilities with AI support. And some final words on the matter, recap. Efficiency, scalability, and cost effectiveness of ChatGPT. So it is free. It's a free tool unless you want to pay for it. You can do a lot with just a little. Applications in customer service, marketing, operations, and decision making. Encourage businesses to explore ChatGPT solutions. So this is where, like I said, just try it out. You need to, like I said, it takes practice and it takes some getting used to. So it's just a tool, it's a general tool. So you need to ask specific questions to actually get your answer. Do we have any more questions?
Yeah, so we have 3 minutes left. So thank you so much for your presentation. We can leave it open. I don't know if anyone has any questions or, if you want to ask after the fact or anything like that. But thank you all for joining.
Yeah.
This was really informative. Do you have
I know
anything
it's a
else?
lot of information.
Yeah,
It was a lot
is.
of information. But like I said,
Yeah,
this presentation, I'll give it to the chamber so they could share it with you. And I also wanted to add, the language in this presentation seemed natural, right? This
yeah, it was easy
presentation
to
was fully
follow.
made. This presentation was fully made in ChatGPT.
That's pretty incredible
Yeah.
too. So again, that's another idea, right? If you have to make a presentation, ChatGPT can make it for you. So thank you so much for sharing that. You had shared that with me prior to this call. That's why I didn't have the shock
Yeah, I
value. But
did.
when you first said it to me, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. So we have a couple of comments. Thank you. Someone who has very limited experience. I have many ideas. Thank you for this important information. So even if we didn't get the questions, thank you all for
Mm-hmm.
joining. If you have any questions regarding the chamber itself, we host workshops like this. That's information that's valuable to you and your business, right? Whether you are a startup business, whether you have a certain role in like a corporate business, and this could just help you with your role, whether you're a student, right? All of this information is valuable because this is the future,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when you have a business or whatever role you are in your career, it's informative and you need to stay with the times, I guess I should say. You could write a template on by hand, or you could use AI, which you know a lot of people are using. So thank you so much. If you have any questions regarding the chamber, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording now, just in case anybody is waiting for that to ask questions. So I'm going to go ahead and stop now. But before I do, thank you for everyone. I am going to be posting this video on our website along with sending everybody a quick feedback survey. And I will include the link to this presentation there. And thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording in case anybody wants to